Hello to everyone. Today is the first day of Ramazan. And what is Ramazan? Ramazan is the month that Muslim people fast for a whole month. I guess it's like 29 or 30 days, something like that. And in this video, I would like to explain you in detail what is this month is all about. How do we feel about fasting? Especially in Turkey, there might be some different customs and stuff in different countries. I will focus on Turkey. Let's begin, but first of all, I would like to say something. I'm not a professional in religious studies or anything like that. I'm just a regular Muslim, and I have to say, not even a strong religious one. So take my word according to that, okay? Okay, again, what is Ramazan? Well, Ramazan is a month that we Muslim people fast for as long as the sun is over there. I mean, we start fasting at sunrise and we end in sunset. And in all those times, we don't eat anything and we don't drink anything. So you don't drink as well. For a whole day, you're just hungry and thirsty, that's it. So why is that, or why we do it? It's simply a religious act. It's a religious action. That's it. For that reason we do it. But you might ask, if you don't know anything about it, what if you are not healthy enough to stay hungry or thirsty for that much hours? What if you have to take pills or medication or problems like that? What if you are not able to do that kind of stuff? Well, it's okay, you don't have to do it then, as long as I know. Actually, you shouldn't do it if you, for example, have to take some medications that are really important for your health. So it is compulsory in religion, but for those of who are healthy, like people like me, I'm quite healthy. I have no any problems staying hungry and thirsty for that much hours. I even can do sports. I can do it, but let's say you're too old, you have diabetes, there are some other problems, you have to take medications. You don't have to do this, really. But as I know, still you have to, there is stuff you have to do if you are not able to fast. And as I know, I'm not sure if it's true, let's say that you are not able to fast for a day. For that day which you cannot fast, you have to provide food for a person or a few persons, I'm not sure about the number, for that day. Yeah, this simply is the simple solution for that is that. And as I know, it's a religious role already. If you are not able to fast, you have to feed someone for that day. You are not able to fast for 10 days in Ramazan, you will have to feed 10 people or one man 10 times, stuff like that. So the rules are simple like that. You are not eating, you are not drinking, you are, yeah, basically like that. If you are not able to do that, you have to feed someone. And the duration, I already mentioned that. Whenever sun sets and sun rises, during this time, you don't eat. But between them, you are free to eat whatever you want or whatever you want to drink. Again, not whatever you want or whatever you want to drink, because alcohol is also prohibited in Islam. So it's also banned in religion. Does all of people or all of Muslims apply that? No. But I guess it's not that the big deal. So let me just continue. Especially, what about Ramazan in Turkey? So first of all, in Ramazan, I guess I have to, if I'm going to mention about Turkey, I have to also mention about a little bit Ottoman Empire. That wasn't long ago, 100 years ago. Here was Ottoman Empire, and I believe in Istanbul. Istanbul was the capital of Ottoman Empire. So there are some related stuff in Turkey to Ottoman Empire, some of the customs. When I mean custom is not being hungry for that many hours. That's the rule itself. When I mean the custom, it's like, for example, what you do after you have break your fasting in the sunset. In Ottoman Empire, especially in rich cities, I think, I'm not sure if all the cities was like that, but especially I know in Istanbul and probably in some cities that are quite wealthy, there was just feasts during the whole Ramazan month. So at that time, for example, there would be feasts, fasts, and stuff like that. In the daytime, when you're fasting, things would be quite quiet, and everybody would be relaxed. But once you have broken your fast in the sunset, then in the Ottoman Empire, feasts would begin. You would go out, you would see some stuff out there. I'm not sure what they did. Especially I know they used to do that kind of stuff. And as I said, there was the rule: if you are not able to fast, then you have to feed someone for a day. In Ramazan, actually, it wasn't just about not being able to being fast and thus feeding someone. In the old times, in the Ottoman times, it was just, for whatever reason, there would be feasts. It doesn't have to, even if you are able to fast, you may have made some feasts so that people could eat there with you, or maybe somewhere else. But today in Turkey, things are like that, are not that much valid, I have to say. Still, there are some places who, for example, make feasts and iftars. Iftar is the time you break your fast. It's the time of sunset. Okay, iftar. For example, some foundations, some municipalities would, for example, set iftars, I mean tables of food, so that when you go there, you can eat there without paying any money. The idea is simply that we Muslim people do that if you are able to, because you will need money for that, just for God's approval. That's the whole idea. And what else I can say? And I have to say a little bit about the feeling of fasting. For example, I said for a whole month you stay hungry and thirsty for many hours. Some could say that makes you understand people better, especially hungry people, still in all around the world, not all around the world, but some part of the world, there are people who are dying of starvation, or they cannot find clean water to drink, etc. There are many people like that. It somewhat makes you, it forces you to understand those kind of issues in the world better. So that's it. That's taken for granted. You understand it, obviously, but there are some other things as well. First of all, when you're in Ramazan month, you try to behave yourself in some other ways also. For example, many Muslim people who drink alcohol, for example, as I said, it's banned in Islam. But some people still, even though they are believers and quite religious, they might drink. So some may, for example, reduce it or not drink for a whole month just because of their religious beliefs. And they think that would be better if they didn't drink specifically at that month. Or, for example, for me, I swear a lot, especially with my friends. I don't swear openly, but when I'm with my friends, I do swear a lot. But for example, this month I decided to not swear at all if possible, and even if I did, to try to avoid that specifically. For example, if someone is quite a liar, if somebody lies too often, for example, they might decide to lie less or not at all at this month. Especially if you're quite religious man, this kind of stuff makes you to care for what you're doing. But also, if it's also quite personal, even if you are religious, for example, you may not care about this kind of stuff also, and you may not do anything better in this month. That's also possible. So it's not just starvation with your body, just it's a little bit more than that. You try to fix some of your behavior as well. Not everyone, as I said, just some of the people. As I said, I will try to swear less. Also, there would be some other things that is not considered good in religion, but still I would do them. Probably I will try to do them less, or at least not in the daytime when I'm fasting. So it changes your behaviors in those kind of aspects as well. So what else? I don't know, maybe during this month I may make some other videos about other parts of Islam, or maybe some of the things about Ramazan time and fasting. But today I think it's enough. Just I would like to mention some bad thing about Turkish people in Ramazan. So, as I said, for a whole month you're hungry. Not for a whole month, but each day in a month you are hungry for some times. Some people, get quite angry when they're hungry. Quite angry. I don't know why. And in that kind of situation, some people are quite rude or quite furious to everyone in Ramazan. That's also a fact that everybody in Ramazan observes. Just there are so many people like that. It's not possible to not know that kind of stuff here in Turkey. So that's also a bad thing about people, because as I said, in this month you would try to be better, you would try to be a better person. So being furious and being rude all the time, that's not being a good or a better person, you know. It's not. When this kind of stuff happens, of course, that's not good. But as I said, it just happens. You have to know that as well. For example, some people, each year there are some news in Turkey, in some cities, especially in eastern side, people beat some people who are not fasting. It's the truth. Really, there are news each year like that, and it's a shame for people like us who are fasting but still not forcing others to fast as they do, or not forcing others to, for example, not to eat because they are fasting. Because as I said, there are some people who are fasting, they are hungry, they are furious, they are rude, and when they see others eating, they just get mad. Some people get mad, and in Turkey, some cities, in eastern cities especially, we always hear some people are beating some others, not just because they are not fasting. So you have to know that kind of aspect of it as well. It's not good for everyone. Not everyone is trying to be a good person. Just some people are so hopeless. They get even worse. But some people, as I said, are quite the opposite. If you're in Turkey, or if you're going to come to Turkey, you will observe that for yourself. And even if you if you are going to another Muslim country, maybe you can observe similar things. Probably in some other places, in some other countries, there are people who are beating some others. But in Turkey, as I said, this is the situation. As I said, there are some people who wouldn't care who is eating, who is not eating. I'm not eating. I don't have any problems with others eating. But as I said, some people are not like that, unfortunately. So it's enough for today. If you have anything to ask, if you wonder some other things, you can ask me just in the description. No, not in the description, in the comments section. Or you can ask me privately. So enough for today. See you later.